Well, good evening, baseball fans here from Optimist Park in Litchfield, Minnesota. It's the Minnesota State Class C State Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Welcome to the neighborhood and our continuing coverage of this state baseball tournament, Class B and Class C action going on all around the state. Our fourth game today will feature the third seed out of Region 11, the Watkins Clippers, against the second seed out of Region 16, the Carlos Cougars. We've had three good ones so far here. We expect nothing different in game number 4, and we'll come back and have the lineups and the first pitch for you of the game after this on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
NSPN.TV, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2023 Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, the 100th playing of this great sporting tradition. Coverage is made possible by the Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation, treating addiction, transforming lives. By your local McDonald's owners and operators, offering competitive wages, paid time off, and tuition assistance. And by the Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage.
The boys of summer gonna play today. And sure as the sun will rise again, there's gonna be another baseball game on the diamond.
All right, as you can see, the managers and the umpires are meeting out, going over the ground rules as we continue to work our way through this Class C state tournament. There's been games going on in Class B and Class C today. Class A joined Class B, so you've got just one state tournament between the Class B and the Class A teams. A lot of the familiar names, like Dundas, for example, the Dukes, they moved on here in the Class B tournament, beating Highland Park 6-1. Lots of scores to get you caught up on as we go through this one. Right now, it is the Watkins Clippers and the Carlos Cougars who will do battle here in Litchfield for an opportunity to move on in this state tournament. All of the region winners, all 16 region winners, get a bye into the second round, and in this case, it is the Waconia Lakers who will await the winner of this one. They'll play this coming Friday at 7:30 p.m. at Dassel. Waconia called into duty again to host some games this weekend to make sure we get through all of them, because you add those Class A teams and 3 sites just isn't quite enough to get all the way through those brackets, especially all these games in the opening round. So you got 48 teams, 32 pair off here in this opening round, 16 advance. We've got 32 games on tap for you next weekend in the Class C tournament. And now let's turn things over to our public address announcer for the introduction of each of the team's lineups.
Our Litchfield with Delano and Dassel are proud to host this tournament and want to thank you for being here to celebrate a century of Minnesota amateur baseball. Tonight, the 2023 Minnesota State Amateur Tournament features a Class C first-round matchup. The visitors representing Region 11, the Watkins Clippers, and the home team representing Region 16, the Carlos Cougars. Please go to your respective foul line as your name is called. We will start the lineups with the non-starters for the Clippers. Number 00, Heath Kramer. Number 7, Dustin Kramer. Number 10, Caden Neiman. Number 11, Colton Harf. Number 12, Lane Harf. Number 25, Gavin Mathias. The back boys, Jared Unterberger and Everett Haugen. Draftees, number 16, Cameron Fisher from starters for the Clippers, starting with number 22 at shortstop, Nolan Geislinger. Number 21, right fielder, Dan Berg. Number 3, center fielder, Kevin Kramer. Number 18, first baseman, Brendan Ashton. Number 13, second baseman, Carter Block. Number 1, third baseman, Carson Geislinger. Number 15, the DH and pitcher, Matt Geislinger. Number 2, the catcher, Lincoln Haugen. And number 4, left fielder, Landon Nyman. And now for the Carlos Cougars, starting with the non-starters. Number 24, Devin Simbura. Number 12, Adam Hooper. Number 14, Isaac Peterson. And the draftees, number 5 from Burbank Bombers, Hunter Hagenmiller. And number 8, Tate Brookwitz from the Alexandria Black Sox. Now for the starters for Carlos. Number 4, the second baseman, Brock Lerfold. Number 27, center field, Grady Anderson. Number 3, right field, Devin Swerman. Number 21, the pitcher, J.D. Hennon. Number 22 in left field, Caleb Runge. Number 11 at first base, Nate Hammerback. Number 26, catching, Luke Hagan. Number 10, the shortstop, Shea Endress. Number 16, the DH, Evan Lynn. Number 20, the third baseman, Braden Nestor. And we played the national anthem for the first game, so we will not be playing it now. You may go back to your benches and let's play baseball.
All right, you heard the signal. Let's play baseball. On a clear, hot, sunny day here in Litchfield. I don't think we have the market cornered on that. Sounds like all around the state it's been hot for these teams and these players, but so far so good. Our first game was a 3-2 game. Second game was a 2-0 game. Our third game just completed. Saw Spring Hill score 2 runs in the ninth to win 6-4. So nothing but close contests here at Optimist Park in Litchfield, one of 3 host cities, make it 3.5. Because Waconia is in play this weekend. They'll turn things over to just the 3 official host cities in Litchfield, Dassel, and Delano to take us the rest of the way through this Class C and Class B state amateur baseball tournament. Concluding game here in Litchfield is going to be the Watkins Clippers against the Carlos Cougars. Seas are wild here tonight. And for Watkins, shortstop will be Nolan Geisinger leading off, then Dan Berg bats second, Kevin Kramer, center fielder, bats third, Brennan Ashton, first baseman, bats fourth, Carter Block will bat fifth. He plays second base. Third baseman Carson Geislinger bats sixth. Matt Geislinger, the pitcher DH, bats seventh. Lincoln Haugen, catcher, bats eighth. And Landon Neiman, the left fielder, bats ninth. So left-handed batting Nolan Geislinger takes a called strike from J.D. Hennon. Starting pitcher for Carlos. Called strike 2 on the inside corner. Carlos coming out of Region 16. Fergus Falls was your top seed and got a bye into the second round. Pitch misses just off the outside corner. So Nolan Geislinger plays a very good quarterback for Eden Valley Watkins High School. Had one of their section final games at St. John's here, and dual threat quarterback. And also a fine shortstop here for the Watkins Clippers. Leadoff hitter doing his job so far. 4 pitches to let his teammates take a look at Hennon. That one misses inside. Geislinger follows it all the way to the glove. So works the count full, does Geislinger. The payoff pitch is inside, almost hit him. So after falling behind 0-2, Geislinger watches 4 go by. And good speed on the base paths early here for Watkins. Carlos up in the Alexandria area, Fergus Falls, Burbank, Alexandria, drafty players out of that league. Watkins over in central Minnesota. 5 straight now missed by Hennon as he misses down and into the right fielder. Dan Berg, back-to-back lefties at the top of the order. Another good crowd assembled here at Optimist Park in Litchfield. Strike called on the outside corner, 325 down the lines, 370 to the power alleys. Nice big black batter's eye. Wind kind of picking up. Large flag at center field blowing straight out to center, so certainly going to help carry any balls out there. And that one doesn't need any help getting carried. That's sliced into center field for a base hit. So Berg took that pitch that was down and in and just kind of dropped the barrel of the bat on it. Sliced it right into center field for a base hit. Nolan Geislinger checks in at second base. And the center fielder, Kevin Kramer, will stand in. Mostly Eden Valley Watkins High Schools listed here. Becker, Ricori, and EVW for draftees as far as hometowns are concerned. Nicholas Nix would be the team that Foreign Battler plays for. The strike is called on the inside corner to Kevin Kramer. They'll try to keep Geislinger close to the bag out there, and called strike 2, and they throw it behind Geislinger, and he is able to get back in. So good throw by Hagen to the shortstop. Endress covering, but Geislinger showing that quickness of foot by diving back in head first. Check of the runner at second, and the pitch is called. Strike 3. Kramer thought that one was low. Could see him turn around and say right to the umpire, come on. But good morning, good afternoon, and good night for Kevin Kramer there. 3 straight pitches, 3 straight called strikes, and first out is recorded without the runners moving up at all. Geislinger still out at second, Berg at first, and bring up Brendan Ashton, and they are not going to be at their positions anymore. They're going to move up a base. As that one went all the way to the backstop, a wild pitch, uncorked by Hennon. Gets Nolan Geislinger to third, and Dan Berg down to second. And Ashton whose college is listed as JUCO. Didn't know that was the name of a college, but played community college ball somewhere on the outside corner. confirms with the home plate umpire that caught the outside corner. Normally when the umpire rises up and puts his hand up, that signifies that he thought it was on the corner. That one almost caught the corner of Ashton's chin as he backed away from it and took it for a ball high. So 2 balls and a strike now. Hennon trying to work out of a first inning jam here. Misses well outside. 3 balls and a strike. It's the number 4 hitter in the order, Brendan Ashton, first baseman. Carter Block stands on deck. First base is open here. They do have the infield in on the grass and a pop-up in the infield. Hagen, the catcher, drifts over but just runs out of room as it hits off the top of the dugout down that third baseline. Hammerback gave chase from his first base position. J.D. Hannon came over from off the mound. Really would have been Hagen's play, but it just ricocheted about 3 shingles from the top of that dugout, and staying alive is Ashton. So the infield is in here, and a swing and a miss. So Hannon goes upstairs. Good riding fastball in on the hands of Ashton. A walk, a single, a wild pitch puts runners at second and third, but back-to-back strikeouts of Kramer and Ashton, and that's going to allow the infield to move back to their normal defensive positions here against Carter Block. Another pitch high, and Hagen had to jump up out of his crouch to get his glove up and get a hold of that one. Keep that one from going to the backstop and possibly the game's opening run. But he did a nice job to corral it. Another pitch misses high, so time is called by Hagen. He's going to go try to settle J.D. Hennon down, who seems to be trying to throw it through the glove of the catcher, Hagen, right now, rather than work down here in the zone. It's always tough. You get that big strikeout for out number 2 of an inning with runners in scoring position, second and third in this case. Then you just lose that little bit of an edge maybe. And in doing so, J.D. Hennon has missed high and upstairs on consecutive pitches here to the number 5 hitter, Carter Block. That one misses up and in, so with first base open, but a left-handed hitting Carson Geislinger on deck. We'll see if they challenge here. And that misses high as well, so 4 straight pitches up and out of the strike zone. We'll get Carson Geislinger to the plate. Bases loaded here early for Watkins. They play Carson Geislinger to pull. Big hole in the middle to the right of the second base bag. Had to take that hole away between first and second base, but that leaves a big hole up the middle as well here. Geislinger takes a pitch high, so 5 in a row. Now make it 6 in a row as Hennon takes a deep breath. Needs to settle down here. No place to put Carson Geislinger. To the rosin bag. I'm sure that hand is a little bit sweaty on this warm, tropical-like night here. And there is a strike called at the letters. Good pitch there. Been missing up and away and brought that one kind of up and in. Tough for Geislinger to pull the trigger on that pitch. So now 2-1 and fouled straight back and out of play. Geislinger unhappy with himself. I think he got a pitch in the spot that he was looking for, but did have good movement away from the left-handed batting Geislinger and just got a little bit underneath it and fouled it straight back and out of play. So even the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. That misses up and away. So now start the merry-go-round here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 3-2 count. All 3 runners will go off with the pitch. Make sure that the pitcher goes home. He does. There go the runners, and it misses inside. Ball 4, and Nolan Geislinger will trot home with the game's first run.
The pitcher, Matt Geislinger.
So an easy RBI here for Carson Geislinger on a bases-loaded walk. Choosing to work from the stretch. Hennon, strike on the inside corner to Matt Geislinger. There's 7 hitters, so 3 Geislingers in this order, 1, 6, and 7. Swing and a miss. So Hennon reared back and fired that one past the big swing of Matt Geislinger and ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes, but he got ahead of Nolan Geislinger 0-2 to start this inning and walked him with 4 pitches after that. Now Hagen's got to snare that one, keep it from going to the backstop. Berg is at third, Carter Block at second, Carson Geislinger at first. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Matt Geislinger, and that one just ticks off the glove. Berg tippy-toed his way down the line about a third of the way, but saw that that ball didn't get nearly far enough away from Hagen to try to advance and retreated back to his position at third base. So we go even now at 2-2. Big pitch of the at-bat here. You don't want to go full again and give those runners that running start from their respective bases. Hagen with a deep breath and a swing and a foul right back to the screen. Geislinger with the Don Mattingly type mustache from that left-handed batter's box. Resembles Don Mattingly a little bit in his stance, and obviously that mustache, but 2-2, fisted foul down the third base line, so a little jam shot there. Good secondary lead out there for Carter Block. He will have absolutely no problem scoring from second base on any base hit that makes it to the outfield. But that's not going to happen as Geislinger swings and misses. So an eventful first inning for J.D. Hennon results in 3 strikeouts. That's the good news. But 3 walks and a hit results in a run. That's the bad news. And Carlos finds themselves down 1-0 here after 1/2 inning of play, and they'll come up with their opportunities to take their hacks at Matt Geislinger, the left-hander. So we've got teams advancing on into this tournament. Spring Hill, the most recent winner, they'll take on Delano. El Rosa takes on the Minneota Mud Hens. Plato Blue Jays advance on. They'll play the Laverne Redbirds. Green Isle Irish win. They take on the Jordan Brewers next. Chisago Lakes, they're a winner, 4-3 over Vicelli. They'll take on Fergus Falls next weekend. New York Mills won our opening game here this morning at Litchfield, 3-2 over Regal. They'll play the Sartell Muskies. Hutchinson, winner of the 1:30 game here, they'll take on the Hinckley Knights. Kimball, the Express, they get a win last night, and they'll take on the Buckman Billy Goats. And more games to go tomorrow. 3 other games going on tonight. A couple of them in the Class B tournament, but as of about 7 o'clock tomorrow, we'll have all of the matchups set for you, and exciting news to tell you about. A half an hour special to get caught up on all of the action on Sundays. We'll do that when we catch another break to do so. Right now, we've got action here, and Brock Lerfald, the leadoff batter for Carlos, swings and misses at the first offering from Matt Geislinger, and then chops the next one foul over towards the dugout. Missing up stick, trying to get him to chase at something out of the zone, but Lerfald, Alexandria High School. Many of these Carlos players are Alexandria High School graduates. In fact, all but one is listed as an Alexandria High School grad playing for Carlos. Shot foul. There's a chopper up the third base line, and Carson Geislinger will watch that one go wide of the base. We stay here at 1-2 strikes. Lerfeld plays at Concordia College for his college ball. Battling here against Geislinger. Big exaggerated windup by Geislinger. Seen all sorts of different pitching techniques here, from starting out in the stretch with nobody on base to now this very big exaggerated windup from Geislinger. He tries to hide that ball as long as he can. But boy, Brock Lerfeld, the leadoff batter here for Carlos, doing an excellent job as a leadoff hitter. Just fouling off pitch after pitch, finally goes upstairs. And a swing and a miss for strike 3, but still was an excellent at-bat for the leadoff hitter, Brock Lerfeld. He allowed his teammates an opportunity to really get a good look at this delivery from Geislinger. And strike at the knees to Grady Anderson. Alexandria High School, and then on to Bethel. Play some college ball. Change up is swung on and missed. Foul tip to the glove of the catcher, Haugen. And that pitch rides in and hits Grady Anderson. So at 0-2, a mistake there. So you've got a Haugen catching for Watkins, and you've got a Hagen catching for Carlos. And the hit by pitch will put Grady Anderson on base. Bring up Devin Swerman. Swerman, a right fielder. Foul tip to the glove again. Hung on to by Haugen. Swerman plays community college baseball. Off-speed pitch is lifting in a shallow left field, and that's going to fall in front of Neiman out there in left. So a ball not all that well hit, but well placed. Deep enough where the shortstop, Nolan Geislinger, couldn't get it, and shallow enough where the left fielder, Neiman, couldn't get it. So after striking out the first batter and getting ahead, no balls and 2 strikes of the number 2 hitter, Geislinger hits Anderson, and then a little looping base hit off the bat of Swerman. Has runners at first and second here for Carlos, trying to answer the run put on the board in the first inning by the Watkins Clippers. And J.D. Hennon slices that one foul. Right field line. That one comes in. Hennon just has to kind of back away from that one. Alexandria High School, and then on to Augustana College to play some college ball for Hennon. 1-1 count. Geislinger. Strike called. Inside corner at the knees. All Hennon can do is look at the umpire and hopes that he gets that call when he goes back out to the mound. Good lead out there at second base. Now they'll do an outside move. But Anderson read it well and got back to the base. I tried to sneak Nolan Geislinger behind him. Geislinger comes set and called strike 3 on the inside corner. Hennon with just a shrug of the shoulders and walked back to the dugout. So the batters need to take notice. Looks like it's going to be a pitcher's strike zone here. You'll get no argument from me on that. 2 away now. 5 outs have been recorded in this game, and all of them have been via the strikeout. 3 strikeouts in the first inning for Hennon, and now 2 here for Geislinger. Certainly had base runners in between, but no ball put in play yet for any of these fielders to make a play on, and a strike called on the outside corner to Caleb Runge. Runge, another Cardinal, on to Bethel to play college ball. And again, outside move. Displacing from the rubber is Geislinger, so feigns a throw to second base. No balk. Anderson again, good lead out there. 1-1 offering, swung on and missed. So Matt Geislinger doing a good job of moving that ball around the strike zone here. Really worked down and in to strike out Hennon. Now against Runge, it's been upstairs with the fastball. That one misses just inside. So go even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Carlos picked up a run. Watkins picked up a run on a bases loaded walk in the first, and now an off-speed pitch just misses off the outside corner. Umpire gave it a good hard look, but then turned his head away. It's in to say that one missed outside, so we go full. Runners will get a head start here. They're off and called strike 3, so 6 outs recorded in inning number 1, all 6 via the strikeout. So we are through 1 inning of play. Watkins picked up a first inning run. They lead it 1-0. They'll bat here in the top of the second when we return to Optimist Park in Litchfield. You're watching the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Chase, and I'm a manager at a McDonald's in western Wisconsin. My goal after college is to become a high school chemistry teacher. Archways Opportunity has made a difference because it's taken away some of the financial stress by providing tuition assistance.
Have a great day now.
I think working here will help me in my future career because I learned how to work as a team, which I will need to do with my fellow teachers in the future.
For job information, text APPLY to 38000 or visit jobs.mchire.com.
Now batting for Watkins, number 2, the catcher, Lincoln Hogan.
Lincoln Hogan steps in here for Watkins, eventful first inning for J.D. Hennon. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks, and a base hit resulted in 1 run, but he was able to get the last out of the inning on a strikeout. Here's a chopper out the bat of Hagen over to the third baseman, Reesdorf. He handles it on 1 hop and soft toss. No problem. Hogan trotting down the line. Conserve that energy for back behind home plate. And now Landon Neiman, the left fielder, will step in. First out of the game recorded in a way other than a strikeout. There's a little chopper off the bat of catcher Hogan, and up to the task was Reesdorf. Now 2 balls and no strikes to Neiman. That pitch misses high. So really even seeing the contrast in styles right here. Hennon works from the stretch, even with nobody on base, and then Matt Geislinger with that exaggerated warm-up or wind-up. That pitch misses inside. Pitcher Hagen kind of turns and asks. That one didn't catch the corner, but it was riding in on the hands of Neiman. So he'll take the walk, the 4th of the game given up already here by Hennon. And Carson Geislinger, or Nolan Geislinger, excuse me, will step in. 4th game of the day and 3 Geislingers. You'll have to give me a little rope on that one here, as it's Nolan, the shortstop, who takes strike 1. Quick throw over, trying to catch Neiman, maybe napping a little bit, walking off with that lead, but he was able to quickly retreat back to the bag. Doesn't have a big lead over there at first, and that one misses up and away. So Geislinger, the leadoff hitter, has seen 8 pitches, has yet to swing the bat. Well, he tries to work the count here and throw over. Hammer back, has to reach to his left to haul that one in, so no chance to make a tag. Hennon, check of the runner, now comes set. Holds. And a swing and a foul off the glove of Hagen. We'll stay right here at 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Nolan Geislinger. 1 out walk has Landon Neiman over there at first base. Extends that lead out by maybe another half step. Really digs that right foot into the ground. Now the 1-2 offering comes inside, spinning away from that was Carson Geislinger. Again, I call him Carson. That's Nolan Geislinger. Had to wait a few more batters. Carson has the RBI in this game on a bases loaded walk. And Nolan again working the count and swings and fouls this one back and out of play. So now Geislinger a little bit more in swing mode, protecting that plate at 2-2. But again, really making Hennon throw a lot of pitches here. Curveball misses outside, so we go full. Leadoff hitter and Geislinger up. See if maybe Watkins doesn't elect to open up some holes and maybe get Landon Neiman off with the pitch. Here at 3-2, he does not go, and the pitch misses high. So the 2nd inning, Nolan Geislinger, after getting 2 strikes in the count, is able to work his way back into the at-bat and ends up drawing the walk. 5 walks now given up by Hannon. And Berg, who owns the 1 hit, a line drive up the middle in that first inning for Watkins. Made it as far as third base, but got stranded there. Strike called on the outside corner. Certainly no arguing about the balls and strikes here from our home plate umpire. Hannon either seems to hit his spot or he misses wildly. Hasn't been a lot of close pitches. And a ground ball to short, tough hop. Up with it on to first for 1. The throw is a 1-hopper and it gets over the head and the glove of Hammerback, and that's going to allow the run to score. So it looked like a potential inning-ending double play, but the hop off of the edge of the grass at the skin of the infield caused that ball to come up and really took the rhythm away from Endres and Lerfald. And Lerfald's 1-hop throw ricocheted off the glove of the first baseman Hammerback, went all the way to the screen, and it allowed Landon Neiman to come in to score on the air on the throw from Lerfeld, trying to complete the double play. So force out at second. Does get 2 outs. But they couldn't complete the double play, and when the throw went errant, it allowed Landon Neiman to come in and score the second run of the game for Watkins. So again, the base on balls really coming back to haunt Hannon and the Carlos Cougars here. 2 walks in this inning. And Watkins has been able to add a run without the benefit of a hit. 2 runs on 1 hit in the game for Watkins. There's a base hit into left field. So Kevin Kramer chopped it hard in the 5.5 hole and into left field. And Brendan Ashton will step in. Ashton struck out with runners at second and third. And we got some activity going on over in the Watkins dugout. Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner heading out to second base for Dan Berg. It's going to be number 10, Caden Nyman. A little more speed out there, and Caden Nyman. High pop-up back behind home plate. That's going to go out of play. So Ashton with a big swing on that first offering from Hennon. Fouled it back. Curveball stays up high. Even the count now at a ball and a strike. 1 run in already in the inning. There's at first and second. Hot shot to third. Wiesdorf will go the short way over to Larfeld at second. So good play over there. That's why they call it the hot corner. It came hard at the third baseman, Wiesdorf, but he snared it. Thought about going back to third and just taking the force there, but then decided just to go the short way to Larfeld at second base covering, and they're out of the inning. So Watkins, even though they've scored a run in each of the 2, they've also now stranded 5 runners through their first 2 at-bats. They lead it 2-0. We'll be back for the bottom half of inning number 2. To this timeout on the Neighborhood Sports Network.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
So Nate Hammerback will lead things off here for Carlos. Takes a ball and then lifts one high down the right field line. Berg and Ashton give chase, but that's well out of play down there, and we'll even the count at 1-1. Nate Hammerback swings and fouls that one back and out of play. Looks like Hammerback's game plan is to try to go the opposite way here on Geislinger. Shoots another one foul down that right field line. Hammerback plays college at Sioux Falls. College baseball out of Alec High School, and Geislinger goes upstairs. Continue to work away from Hammerback, so 4 outs and 4 strikeouts in the game for Geislinger. And Lake Hagen will step in. Ground ball to second, down to a knee, and up with the throw is Block. Plenty of time, so the first Cougar to put the ball in play does so with a ground ball out to the second baseman Block, no problem. Plenty of time to go down to a knee and then come up and make the strike throw to Ashton over at first, and there's 2 quick outs here in the bottom half of inning number 2. Strike on the inside corner, so Matt Geislinger just continues to pound that inside corner here against these Carlos batters. Goes in there again, and it's swung on and missed by Shane Endress, the shortstop. He's behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Matt Geislinger reached really back for something there, a little grunt as he let it go, but Endress was able to fight it off and stay alive. Down to Marshall in Southwest State, Minnesota for Endress's college ball. Only 1 player listed with a college for Watkins, and all that says is JUCO for Brendan Ashton, so a lot of college representation on this Watkins team. Swung on and missed, so 2 strikeouts in the inning. 5 in the game. It's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Matt Geislinger. And 5 of the first 6 outs recorded are via the strikeout for Geislinger. He's got his team back in the dugout. We'll head to the top half of the 3rd. Watkins leads it 2-0. Back to Litchfield after this. so back here, I made mention of it earlier, but Sunday nights during this state amateur baseball tournament, Valley Sports North will present Amateur Baseball Today. 30-minute show that will air on Sundays following the Twins broadcast. Highlights of all the games and all of the action from the weekend of tournament here in the Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament. If you miss it on Sundays on Valley Sports, you can always catch it beginning Tuesday on the Minnesota Baseball Association's YouTube channel. Highlights from all of the action around the state here as we work our way towards Championship Monday on Labor Day weekend, where we will crown state champions in Class B, which now includes the former Class A teams, and Class C. Hennon facing block, misses with his first offering. Oh boy, if that screen weren't there, that one's coming right up here at us. Coming right into your living room there. Our vantage point here from this beautiful ballpark here in Litchfield. The lights are on. Excellent crowd assembled here. Hennon tries to throw that one through the screen. Popped the glove of Hagen, but missed. Low and away. So 2 balls and 1 strike now. Carter block. Strike on the outside corner. So when he's been in the zone, Hennon has been very effective, but 5 walks through the first 2 innings have resulted in 2 runs here for Watkins. And strike 3 on the outside corner. Block doesn't like it, but that's a pitch that's been called a strike all day long by our home plate umpire. So strikeout number 4 in the game for Hennon. Struck out all 3 outs in the first inning. But then the ball got put in play in inning number 2. A couple of good plays by Riesdorf over at third base. Helped minimize the damage in that second inning where Hennon walked a couple. Our umpire moving a little bit slow to get around and clean off home plate. I don't think anybody's moving too quickly here on this hot and muggy day in Minnesota, but sure beats what we went through last year with lots of thunderstorms and rain delays. Nothing but sunshine this year, and Friday nights, 4 games, no problem. Seems like we're going to have no issues getting all the games in this whole weekend. This is our 4th of 4 here today from Litchfield. 1 game here last night as well. We'll be right back here at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning for 3 more. And it's all here on the network for your viewing pleasure. And again, got ahead in the count, but misses on 3 straight to Carson Geislinger. So these Geislingers are really working over Hennon's pitch count here. Nolan has drawn 2 walks, and now Carson draws his second walk. So Nolan Geislinger deep into the count in both of his at-bats to draw walks. There, it's a 5-pitch variety to Carson Geislinger. And it'll bring up Matt Geislinger. He struck out to end that first inning with the bases loaded. Really had a chance to potentially blow things open early. No, Hennon misses on the inside part of the plate and shows a little bit of body language there as he got the ball back. Misses inside again, so Hennon with another deep breath, just trying to calm himself down here. Certainly having issues throwing strikes to these Geislingers. He did get Matt on strikes to end the first, but Nolan and Carson have both walked twice against Hennon, and now it's 2-0 to Matt. And that one misses outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Again, Hennon showing a little bit of frustration, but those pitches are not really missing even all that closely. And that one's right down Broadway. 3 balls and 1 strike. Also difficult on those umpires when the ball isn't really around the strike zone. It's just hard to get into a rhythm. That one misses up and away again. No contest on where that one missed. Up and away, and so Lincoln Hogan now steps in. He grounded out for the first out of the game recorded other than via the strikeout in the second, and now our home plate umpire has called out the manager for Carlos. Having a discussion here about something. Doesn't seem that Hennon has been overly demonstrative in his displeasure with some of the ball calls by our home plate umpire. But I'm just surmising that that might be what the discussion is about. The umpire kind of put his chest protector up to, his face mask up to his chest, kind of like to say, this is my strike zone. And so far it's been nothing but really, I don't want to call it generous, but it certainly has not been one of the better lines that I heard when I was calling a game. To throw it through the Cheerio, it certainly has not been anything close to that. That pitch missed low to Lincoln Hogan. And then misses upstairs again, so I just don't know how much longer. I'm trying to look down and see if there's anybody warming up in the Carlos pen, but J.D. Hennon is really laboring out there. Inside corner for a strike there at 2-0. But already 7 walks through just 2 1/3 innings of at-bat by Watkins. Line drive, base hit out into right center field. That's going to get down. A run's going to come in to score. As Carson Geislinger touches home plate with the 3rd run of the game. For Watkins, Matt Geislinger with a good read. He gets around to 3rd. Hagan checked in at first with an RBI single. So again, the walks hurting Carlos here. Carson Geislinger drew the walk. He has come around to score. Matt Geislinger drew a walk. He stands at 3rd base. So Riesdorf will play at the edge of the grass. They'll hold the runner on at first, and the middle infielders are at double play depth against Landon Nyman. Nyman walked and scored on a throwing error by the second baseman Lerfald back in the 2nd inning. So it's 1-1-1 on the board so far here for Watkins as Nyman swings and misses at that high fastball from Hennon. So looking for the double play ball up the middle is Carlos. Swing and a miss. They get a strikeout, which is the next best thing in this situation. And that runner stays over there at 3rd base. Just 90 feet away, but now Nolan Geislinger already up at bat for his 3rd plate appearance here in just the 3rd inning. And that pitch, it misses away. So the pitch count really starting to mount here Poor J.D. Hannon as he goes to that rosin bag to try that handoff. Matt Geislinger at third. Big swing by Nolan Geislinger there. He was trying to yank that one down that left field line, but swung through it. So far, no movement off of first base from Lincoln Hogan. And a 1-1 offering to Geislinger is in the dirt. Clicks away, but not very far away from Hagen, and he's able to get it in time to keep Hogan from advancing to second. And more importantly, Matt Geislinger from being able to advance from third. 2-ball, 1-strike count. High pop-up in the infield. Riesdorf calls for it and makes the one-hand catch just in front of Hennon. And it's 1 run again in the third here for Watkins. They've scored 1 in each of the first 3 innings, but they strand 2 more. That's 7 stranded through 3 at-bats for Watkins. They're going to hope that that doesn't come back to haunt them later in this one. But right now, they enjoy a 3-0 lead. And we will head to the bottom half of inning number 3. And Matt Geislinger on the mound for the Clippers when we return to Litchfield in the Class C Minnesota State Baseball Tournament.
For all your scoreboard, video display, and sound system needs, please give Amy Electronics a call and let their 35-plus years of experience help elevate your game day atmosphere to the next level. Amy Electronics is a local Daktronics representative throughout Minnesota and can be reached at 952-941-9830. Amy Electronics is located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just off of Highway 169, Highway 212, and Interstate 494.
Minnesota is celebrating a century of state town ball championships. 80 teams in 2 classes chasing a late summer's dream. For a comprehensive recap of the weekend of state tournament stories and highlights, tune in to Bally's Sports North on Sundays for Amateur Baseball Today, presented by the Minnesota Baseball Association. It debuts right after the Twins Live postgame show. Amateur Baseball Today on Bally's Sports North.
So 100 years of amateur state baseball tournaments, and it all comes to a head here over the next 3 weekends. The 100th state champion will be crowned here. Championship Monday, and right now the Watkins Clippers are trying to make sure that they stay alive with an opportunity to get there. Carlos going to try to fight their way back. The Cougars will scratch and claw. But so far, they've struck out for 5 of their first 6 outs against Matt Geislinger. And a 1-1 count and a strike into Evan Lind, the designated hitter. Left-handed batter against the left-hander. Geislinger hides it well, tries to nibble at that outside corner, but just misses away. So we stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And called strike 3 right down the heart of the plate. So again, Matt Geislinger really hides that ball effectively. And then when he comes with that delivery, it's just hard to pick up. It's also got good movement on it. That one just came right back over the heart of the plate. Lind knew it. Walked back to the dugout. The 6th strikeout of the game already here for Matt Geislinger. And we'll turn the order over to Larfald, who takes an off-speed pitch for a strike and then swing, and ball pops out the end of the glove of Landon Hogan, but swinging strike nonetheless. And it's 0-2 now to Larfeld, and he waves at one off the outside corner. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. 2 quick outs here in the bottom half of inning number 3 for Matt Geislinger, and he'll face Grady Anderson, who he got ahead of. No balls and 2 strikes, but then hit with that 0-2 offering. Anderson moved to second on a base hit by Swerman, but they were stranded there when Hennon and Runge both struck out. Now a loose ball gets into play down that right field line, and they'll get it back in. And Geislinger wasting no time. He's ready, and that's swung on and missed. So again, gets ahead of Grady Anderson, 0-2. Let's see if he works away from Anderson this time instead of trying to bust him in. Instead, he goes upstairs. Anderson not biting, but a good 0-2 offering there from Matt Geislinger. Gets that ball back. He's ready to pitch, goes off speed, and that one moving away from Anderson, misses on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. And called strike 3 as he went back inside on Anderson there. So he strikes out the side in the first, strikes out the side in the third, and strikes out 2 in the second. So 8 strikeouts through 3 innings of work for Matt Geislinger. And his team has a 3-0 lead, and he quickly has them back in the dugout with an opportunity here to try to add on more, and we'll have that action for you when we come back here to Optimist Park in Litchfield. It's the Class C Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament on Neighborhood Sports Network.
MaxBat is proud to support the Minnesota Baseball Association as we are the official wood bat. We take great pride in producing high-quality wood bats for professional, amateur, and youth baseball players worldwide. At MaxBat, our main focus is quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time. All Max Bats are created using meticulous hand craftsmanship and engineering in our state-of-the-art facility in the heart of Town Ball Country, Brewton, Minnesota. Minnesota amateur baseball has always been a big part of our success. We want to thank you for your continued support and for making us the leading wood bat brand in Minnesota. Good luck to all our loyal customers playing in the state tournament.
Looks like runs are hard to come by here in these night games. Got a 1-0 game with Loretto and Luxembourg. 0-0 game with St. Paul and Amiceville, the battle of the Mud Hens. And a 0-0 game between Moorhead and St. Anthony. 3-0 here. Is Dan Berg. Steps in. Singled in the first. Reached on a fielder's choice in the second. So third at bat here already in the top half of inning number 4. As that one gets lifted out of play. A long run. Good hustle giving chase by the shortstop Andrus, but no chance to run that one down. And it's a no ball, 2 strike count to Dan Berg. He flails at that one, doesn't get it. Hagan runs it down and is able to get it in time over to Hammerback, who had to come off the base to catch it, but then was able to retreat and just put his right foot down on the base. So they get the strikeout of Berg. Good job to block that ball in the dirt, keep it within enough proximity to where he could run it down and make the throw over to first base to get the out on Dan Berg, leading off here the top half of the 4th inning. Fly ball, right field. Swerman, a couple steps over to his right, reaches up and makes the catch. So 2 quick outs here in the top half of inning number 4. So J.D. Hennon trying to get out of an inning with minimal effort, certainly compared to his first 3 innings, where he left the bases loaded in the first and second in the second, and first and third in the third. So 7 runners stranded already by Watkins in this one. They have plated 3, but with base runners all over the paths, Carlos has to feel really good about being down just 3. There's a hard ground ball past a diving Endress into left field, and Brendan Ashton has a 2-out single here. 4th hit of the game for Watkins. And Carter Block will step in. Walked in the first, struck out looking in the third, so that'll look to put a ball in play here. Outside corner with a fastball there. Ashton, not much of a lead over there at first. And a foul back to the screen. Block got a good pitch to swing at there at 0-1, but just missed it, fouling it right straight back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes now. 2 away here, top of the 4th. Call strike 3 on the outside corner, and Block can't believe it.
Summary for the Clippers, 3 up and 3 down.
Second consecutive at bat he hasn't liked. Called strike 3 from our home plate umpire, who is going to work his way over towards the Watkins dugout just to get a drink of water, it appears. No words of encouragement for him from that dugout, it doesn't appear. So Matt Geislinger will head back out. Already has 8 strikeouts in the game. They'll look for more.
It started with a simple idea: to break what the game knows, to evolve the standard. It's time to revolutionize defense. Printed in 4D for a breakthrough in technology. Ultra lightweight, resilient, form fit, game ready and pro tested. Designed for a revolution, engineered for defense. The Rev 1X.
Local sports coverage can be found on NSPN.TV all year long. From the first crack at the bat in August to the final putt in June.
And that is good for the individual championship.
We are there. Subscribe to the Neighborhood Sports Network to watch events both live and on demand, including state tournament coverage in every sport. Email jobs at nspn.tv if you'd like to join our team of broadcasters and camera operators. Welcome to the neighborhood.
And the only batter who's been able to crack the code, that is Matt Geislinger here with a base hit with 1 out in the first. That's been it for Carlos. Since that time, 9 straight batters retired. 8 via the strikeout, and again, Swerman rolls one into left field for a base hit. So 2 for 2 for Devin Sverman. And this one is a leadoff single. The rest of the team is 0 for 9 against Geislinger with 8 strikeouts. But Devin Swerman is 2 for 2 with 2 base hits. And Hennon steps in. Strike on the outside corner after a ball missed high. So things are even here at 1-1. Swerman with a leadoff single has his lead at first. Strike called from Geislinger. Missed on his first offering, but then right back with 2 consecutive strikes. Hennon was a strikeout victim back in the first. Takes that one low. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Swarman has a good lead over there at first. And that ball is shot foul. Got in on the hands there of Hennon, and all he could do is fight that one off and foul it off the screen to the right. We'll do it again, and Matt Geislinger works quickly. Line drive, base hit into center field. So back-to-back base hits for Swarman and Hennon. It appears that that's the way they're going to have to get it done here against Matt Geislinger. Doesn't appear to give a lot of free passes. He did hit Grady Anderson with that 0-2 pitch in the first, but really right around the strike zone is Geislinger. There's a bunt up the first base line. It's a good one. Hogan is out of his crouch and fires it over to Ashton covering. Actually, Ashton charged. It was blocked that went over and took the throw, so 2-4 on the sacrifice. As Carlos understands how important runs can be, so they'll get those runners out there into scoring position, and Nate Hammerback will step in, swings through a fastball from Geislinger up in the zone. Strike on the inside corner. So the first pitch was kind of up on the outside part of the plate. That one riding in on the inside corner. Geislinger has Hammerback in an 0-2 hole here. Again, another grunt as he tried to get a little something extra behind that one, but missed it up high in the zone. Good take by Hammerback. Not chasing. Goes after that high fastball and can't catch up with it. So it's a strikeout for Hammerback. His second strikeout in 2 plate appearances against Matt Geislinger. Now Lake Hagan steps in. He was the first Cougar to put the ball in play. A little ground ball with the block at second in his first at-bat. Now with an opportunity here. Come up with a big 2-out RBI hit. Carlos in desperate need of a big hit here. They've got 2 in the inning. Runners at first and second as Hagan shoots that one foul down the right field line. 1-1 count here. Again, Hagan looks like he has the game plan of trying to go the opposite way. That pitch just misses off the outside corner. Pitch that sometimes these pitchers have been getting tonight, but that one, our umpire says, just missed wide of the plate. 2 balls and a strike. Fastball up in the zone. Hagan can't catch up to that one. So now we're at 2-2. 2 away here, bottom half of inning number 4. Carlos trying to get on the board here. And called strike 3 on the inside corner. Hagan looks down. He thought that pitch was inside, but that's a strike that our umpire has been calling all night long, and he rises up. So back-to-back strikeouts. Gets Matt Geislinger out of a 4th inning jam. They strand a couple of Cougar base runners at second and third. And we will head to the top half of inning number 5 with Watkins holding on to a 3-0 lead. We'll be back after this timeout.
Hi, I'm Chase, and I'm a manager at a McDonald's in Western Wisconsin. My goal after college is to become a high school chemistry teacher. Archway's opportunity has made a difference because it's taken away some of the financial stress by providing tuition assistance.
Have a great day now.
I think working here will help me in my future career because I learned how to work as a team, which I will need to do with my fellow teachers in the future.
For job information, text APPLY to 38000 or visit jobs.mchire.com.
Shortstop, former shortstop, Shea Endress, now pitching.
So defensive switches here. Shea Endress will come in to pitch, and J.D. Hennon will go out to shortstop. So second pitcher of the game for Carlos. It'll be Shea Endress. A laboring 4 innings for J.D. Hennon. He strikes out 7 batters in those 4 innings.
Number 1, the third baseman, Carlos Geislinger.
But he also walked 7 batters, gave up 4 hits, but effectively stranded 8 base runners through the first 4 innings. And first pitch swinging, chopper up the middle, and they get him at first base. So Carson Geislinger hit a chopper up the middle that Lerfeld fielded, threw across his body, and was able to get a hustling Carson Geislinger running up that first base line. Close play, but our home plate umpire, our first base umpire, signaled the out call on 1 pitch and 1 out here for Endress. Spins in a backdoor curveball against Matt Geislinger. Geislinger swings out of his helmet on that next offering. And it's no balls and 2 strikes, so 3 pitches from Endress, all 3 strikes. Now tries to get Matt Geislinger to chase upstairs, but nothing doing from the pitcher for Watkins. And called strike 3 on the outside corner. Turnabout fair play on Matt Geislinger there.
Now at shortstop for the Cougars, number 21, J.D. Hennon.
4 of Geislinger's strikeouts have been of the looking variety, so can't be a little too disappointed in the umpire for calling strike 3 against him in the batter's box. He just walked back to the dugout. Now a late timeout is granted to Lincoln Hogan. Is missing high on that first offering. I think Endress is a little unhappy about that late timeout call. Misses low. So after throwing nothing but strikes to the 2 Geislingers, it's a pitch high and a pitch low to Lincoln Hogan. And on the outside corner with a strike there. Two and 1. Curveball stays inside. 3-1 now. That misses low, and Lincoln Hogan draws a 2-out walk.
That brings up number 4, left fielder Landon Naiman.
8 walks now in the game for the Watkins Clippers. Landon Nyman steps in. He's walked and struck out in his 2 plate appearance. Did score one of Watkins's 3 runs. Is that the right term? Watkins's? We're going to go with it. Maybe next time we'll just go Clippers. 'Cause I know it's not Clippers. Back to action. Swing and a miss by Nyman. And it's 0-2. So Andrus, ground out, strikeout. Makes a walk in there, and now 3 straight strike pitches to Nyman. That one fouled back and out of play to the screen, just off to our right, so staying alive is Nyman. Long hold by Andrus. Curveball is popped shallow right field, foul territory, giving chase, but unable to come up with it is Lerfald. A long run, and that's really hard to follow that baseball when you're running full speed, and he tried to extend out and make a full extension catch, but it just ticked off of his glove and fell foul. So Nyman will stay alive here. At no balls and 2 strikes. The hold and the pitch is swung on and missed. So Andrus, one little mishap of the walk of Lincoln Hogan, but a ground out to second on a good play by Lerfald. And then sandwich strikeouts in between the walks. And it's another 0 on the board. So 1 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the third for Watkins, but they're held scoreless. And Carlos will get another crack here at Matt Geislinger. 10 strikeouts through 4 innings of play here.
It's 11 plus if you want the exact description.
Has Geislinger, Matt, dealing here. So Meesville has cracked through against St. Paul in the Battle of the Mud Hens. 1-0. Loretto has broken up the scoreless tie against Luxembourg. They score 3 and lead it 3-0 in the 5th. And quite the pitchers duel going on in Delano between the Moorhead Brewers and the St. Anthony Hogs. 0-0 into the 7th inning of that one. So more great action going on at our 4 venues here. It's a 3-0 lead for Watkins in this one. So far they have ridden the left arm of Matt Geislinger. 10 strikeouts through his first 4 innings of work. Carlos has scratched out 3 hits. 2 back-to-back leading off the last inning, but those runners were stranded over at second and third as Andrus fists one over towards first base. Ashton is up with it, and he'll call off Matt Geislinger with the right hand and take it himself. So 3 unassisted is the put out of Shea Andrus. And 1 out recorded, and a big hack by Evan Lind lefty-lefty matchup. Strike on the outside corner. And again, Rare's back with that little something extra on that 2-strike pitch, but that one missed. Up and away, 1 ball and 2 strike now. That one spins away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 is the count. Umpire trying to get our scoreboard operator to take notice. Long day for everybody here at the ballpark. Still says 3-2 up there, but the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Doesn't matter now how many balls there are because there's 3 strikes on called. Strike 3 of Lind. 5th called strikeout of the game for Matt Geislinger. And we'll bring up top of the order. And Brock Lerfald. Jumps away from a strike pitch offering on the second one inside and then follows this one back to the screen. So behind in the count. Lerfald 1-2. Struck out swinging in each of his first 2 at-bats. Doesn't chase that one up and away. Better discipline there in his last at-bat. He just kind of flailed at that same out pitch there by Geislinger. So better discipline here for Lerfald. Well out in front of an off-speed pitch there. Fouls it off the mask of Landon Hogan. And staying alive is Lerfald at 2-2. And a line drive, base hit into left field. So Lerfald turned that pitch from Geislinger around and laced it into left field. That'll bring up Grady Anderson. Anderson was hit by an 0-2 pitch in his first at-bat and then struck out looking in the third. Strike on the outside corner. So again, Geislinger just continues to pound that strike zone, and he's not just throwing it right over the heart of the plate. He's using those corners. Inside, outside, off-speed pitches swung on and missed by Anderson. Got out on the front foot there. Geislinger likes to work quickly. And misses wide with that 0-2 offering. The only time he brings out that grunt is on a 2-strike pitch when he's looking to get that strikeout. Swing and a foul tip to the glove of Hagan. 2 more strikeouts in the inning. So we are through 5 innings of play. We'll head to the top half of the 6th. Watkins leads it 3-0. And we're back to Optimist Park after this timeout on NSPN.TV.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
right, so top of the order, Nolan Geislinger, Devin Simbura taking over at third base for Riesdorf, who was being designated hit for, so called strike 3 to Geislinger. He knew it. He just hit it right straight back to the dugout. So 4 outs recorded by Endres, 3 of them via the strikeout. So we have had ourselves a strikeout feast here in this nightcap
Number 21, Dan Berg.
from Litchfield. 12 strikeouts through 5 innings for Matt Geislinger. Now 9 strikeouts. 6 for Hannon and 3 for Endres for Carlos. And ahead in the count of Dan Berg. No balls and 2 strikes. Goes Endres and swung on and fouled into the glove. A 1 ball, 2 strike count. Again, the scoreboard had 0-2 up there, and it was a 1-1 count. Now it's 2 balls and 2 strikes to Dan Berg. And called strike 3 on the outside corner. This home plate umpire is going to have to ice his shoulder after this game. He's getting that right arm and shoulder a workout, calling people out on strikes. 4 of the 5 outs recorded by Endres are strikeouts, 3 of them of the looking variety. And Kevin Kramer will step in. Now, and this is just inside. 2 away here, top half of inning number 6. Watkins got a run in each of the first 3 innings, and so far Matt Geisler has more than held to have that hold up. 12 strikeouts. Foul back to the screen. That one ricochets back almost into play. So again, unlike Major League Baseball, which would have required a new ball immediately get put into play, they just toss that ball right back to the pitcher, and we'll go again here with the same ball at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 outs. Shea Endres has been very effective in relief. Gets a swing and a miss from Kevin Kramer there, and so ahead in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Back-to-back called third strikes to start this top half of the 6th inning, and Endres wants to end this one quickly, and a shot right back, ricocheted just off of Endres. Didn't hit him cleanly. Blake Hagan quickly out to the mound to check on his pitcher. It did not make clean contact, but boy, did Kevin Kramer turn that ball around. Right straight back from where it came. Kramer's second hit of the game. It's a 2-out single.
That brings up number 18, first baseman.
And Brennan Ashton will step in. Ashton 1 for 3, 5 hits on the board for Watkins. Carlos has 4 hits in the game. However, the high strikeout total has stopped them from being able to put any runs in that run column up here on the big Optimist Park scoreboard out in left center field. Wind continues to just blow out towards center field. It's not howling. Great jump there. No chance for Hagan to throw out Kevin Kramer. He just stole that one off of the pitcher, Endres. The pitch was called a strike, or a swinging strike, by Ashton. Pitch that was up and in. difficult pitch for Hagen to throw on, and even if it would have been a pitch out, there would have been no chance to throw Kramer out. He got such a good jump off of Hagen, and now, or off of Endress, excuse me. Hagen now asks for a new baseball. That one spun into the dirt. So we go 1-2 now to Brendan Ashton. Kramer out there at second base. A little longer of a hold. And down and in, really doing a good job to just fight with that one off. Brendan Ashton chops it over towards that Watkins third base dugout. But lived to see another pitch because that was an excellent pitch from Endress, and just a better job to fight it off by Ashton. Another riding fastball in on the hands of Ashton that he turns on and chops over towards that Watkins dugout. So the on-deck batter, Carter Block, starting to collect baseballs in that back pocket. 1 ball, 2 strike count. 2 away here. Kramer playing dancing games off a second, and the curveball is swung on and missed by Ashton. Strikes out the side. Does Shea Endress. 5 strikeouts in 2 innings of work. And gets the 3rd strike on Ashton and gets Carlos back into the dugout. Another crack here at Matt Geislinger. And they'll try to get something done against this veteran left-hander of Watkins, Matt Geislinger. He's got a 3-0 lead. He'll try to make it stand up through another inning, and we'll be back with it after this. All right, so the one guy who's really been able to figure out Matt Geislinger, Evan Swerman. 2 for 2 on the game is Swerman. 1 out single in the first, leadoff single in the fourth. Now Geislinger trying to figure out Swerman, misses on his first 2 offerings. Excuse me, swing by Swerman. Thought about it, tried to hold up, couldn't. So 2-1. Again, Geislinger even shakes off pitches quickly from Hogan, but misses inside. So Swerman trying to get on base here again. Lead off an inning. 3-1 offering is lifted foul. Out of play off to the right. We go full at 3-2. Swerman is the only Cougar who has not struck out until now, as he reaches for one off the outside corner. Strikeout number 13 in the game for Geislinger. He just continues to roll here and pound that strike zone. Curveball misses in to J.D. Hennon, who followed up the single from Swerman last inning with a single of his own to give runners at first and second, nobody out. They subsequently got moved up on a sacrifice bunt, but strikeouts of Hammerbeck and Hagen ended that threat. The looper out to shallow right, drifting back his block, and he gets there in time to put it away. So Hennon got that one out the end of the bat. And Caleb Arungi now steps in. Strike called to Runge. Strikeout looking, and then laid down a beautiful sacrifice bunt to move up the runners in the fourth, but Geislinger was able to work out a really the only jam he's been in. Did have runners at first and second with one out in the first, but second and third with one out in the fourth, and effectively struck out both batters he faced with those runners on base to avoid any would-be damage. And now ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes to Runge. And that pitch misses just low. Geislinger wanted that one, a little hippity hop on the mound after it didn't get called. Strike 3. We'll have to do it again here at 2-2. Fly ball, shallow right field, coming on and making a running catch is the right fielder Berg. So a good running catch there will end the inning. So these Carlos Cougars trying to go the other way against Matt Geislinger, the only inning that they didn't strike out at least twice. It was the bottom half of inning number 6. But they go down 1-2-3, and we are through 6 innings of play. Watkins leads it 3-0, and we're back after this timeout.
For all your scoreboard, video display, and sound system needs, please give Amy Electronics a call and let their 35-plus years of experience help elevate your game day atmosphere to the next level. Amy Electronics is a local Daktronics representative throughout Minnesota and can be reached at 952-941-9830. Amy Electronics is located in Eden Prairie, Minnesota, just off of Highway 169, Highway 212, and Interstate 494.
Minnesota is celebrating a century of state town ball championships. 80 teams in 2 classes chasing a late summer's dream. For a comprehensive recap of the weekend of state tournament stories and highlights, tune in to Bally's Sports North on Sundays for Amateur Baseball Today, presented by the Minnesota Baseball Association. It debuts right after the Twins Live postgame show. Amateur Baseball Today on Bally's Sports North.
All right, Watkins, who's now been held in check. 3 straight zeros posted on the board. 2 of them by Shea Endress. 5 strikeouts in those 2 innings by Endress. And Carter Block, who's walked and struck out looking twice, none too happy with either of those strike 3 calls. We'll step in here to lead off top half of inning number 7. Pitch misses down and in. Loretto continues to hold a 3-0 lead over Luxembourg. His Block swings and misses that 2-0 offering. Class B action. Meesville has now stretched it out 5-0 over St. Paul in the Battle of the Mud Hens. And the pitcher's duel continues with Moorhead and St. Anthony. 0-0 into the 9th inning there. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Here on Carter Block. Checked his swing. They checked down with the first base umpire, and he says no. Did not go. Full count now to Carter Block. Shea Endress, curveball misses high. The Block has to feel good about that he didn't get called out on a questionable called 3rd strike call, at least in his mind. And it is a leadoff walk. So a base runner in each inning that Shea Andrus has thrown here for Carlos, but no runner has gotten past second base. And that one misses inside. Carson Geislinger. Not a big lead over at first for Block. Strike called. Good movement on that fastball. From Andrus. 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball. And a called strike. Geislinger gives a little perplexed, surprised look at the home plate umpire. I'm pretty sure called that a strike, didn't say it was a swing. And nonetheless, it's 1-2 now. Geislinger turns on it, drives it out hard to right field, but Swerman is able to go back, get under it, and make the catch.
That brings up number 15, the pitcher, Matt Geislinger.
So Carson Geislinger hit it well down that right field line, but Swerman was able to track over, make a shoulder high catch. And there's one away here in top half of inning number 7. Big cut by Matt Geislinger, but swings through it. One strike. Andrus trying to pitch around a leadoff walk to Block. Moorhead St. Anthony into the 9th inning, tied at 0. Nice sacrifice bunt, gets a runner out at second base, so chance for someone to break through there. 3-0 here, and a called strike to Matt Geislinger. So 1-2. That pitch misses upstairs. Geislinger just kind of leaned back away from that fastball, but was riding away from him, that left-handed batter's box. So 2-2. And called strike 3. Geislinger thought about swinging. Home plate umpire thought about calling it a strike, and then decided, yes, I am going to call it a strike. Back-to-back called strikeouts against the pitcher, Matt Geislinger. And there's 2 away here in the top half of the 7th. Lincoln Hogan will step in. On base twice. Base hit and a walk, shallow fly, right field. Swerman comes on, reaches up and puts it away. So hang another 0 on the board in the top half of the 7th for Watkins. So doing his job in relief is Shea Andrus. Trying to give his team every chance to get back into this thing, but they've got to try to figure out how to break this code that is Matt Geislinger. 13 strikeouts through 6 innings of work for Geislinger, and he'll head back out with a 3-0 lead, and we're back with that action for you after this word from one of our fantastic sponsors.
MaxBat is proud to support the Minnesota Baseball Association as we are the official wood bat. We take great pride in producing high-quality wood bats for professional, amateur, and youth baseball players worldwide. At MaxBat, our main focus is quality, customer service, and quick turnaround time. All MaxBats are created using meticulous hand craftsmanship and engineering in our state-of-the-art facility in the heart of Town Ball Country, Brewton, Minnesota. Minnesota amateur baseball has always been a big part of our success. We want to thank you for your continued support and for making us the leading wood bat brand in Minnesota. Good luck to all our loyal customers playing in the state tournament.
So we're off and away at break when Matt Geislinger is out there warming up, but he wastes no energy on his warm-up pitches. It's kind of like he's just playing a soft game of catch with either his catcher or, in this case, the bench player who was out there warming him up. And as soon as Lincoln Hogan came to the behind the home plate, Matt Geislinger just said, "Throw the ball down, I'm done. I'll save it for when I'm facing a live hitter," and that live hitter right now is Nate Hammerback, who has struck out twice. He's not alone. 13 strikeouts in the game for Matt Geislinger. Called strike at the letters. 1-1. And it looks like they play on over in Delano. Still 0-0, and swung on and missed by Hammerback there. Moorhead and St. Anthony. The ultimate pitcher's duel and called strike 3. Hammerback has a word, but nothing to say there. That pitch has been called a strike all night long by our home plate umpire. So that pitch in on the hands, crossing right over that inside corner. And Matt Geislinger has used that to perfection this evening. And notching his now 14th strikeout of the game. Half of them the called variety. And the first pitch to Lake Hagan is in there for a strike, and then missing outside on the 0-1 offering. Ground ball back up the middle. Backhanded at second base by Block, but his throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. So Lake Hagan is going to get a one-out single here as he hit it through Matt Geislinger. Once it got past him, very little opportunity for Block to throw out a hustling Lake Hagan up that first base line. So Hagan barely got his equipment off, tossed it over to the first base coach, and Matt Geislinger was firing strike 1 in against Shea Endress. Now Hagan's a little bit more ready to take a baseball type lead and strike on the outside corner to Endress. Geislinger continues to work briskly here. And that grunting fastball down and in on Endress, and he can't catch up with it. It's strikeout number 14 in the game for Matt Geislinger. That one misses up and away to Evan Lind. Strikeout swinging and a strikeout looking for the designated hitter. Fastball swung on and missed. Lind tried to pull that one down the right field line on the inside pitch, but couldn't catch up with it. Lake Hagan going nowhere. He's got about a two-step lead over there at first base as Matt Geislinger continues to just pound that strike zone, called strike 2. And again, rears back and tries to fire one past Lind, but Lind catches up with that high fastball and fouls it off back to the screen. Stays alive here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chopper right back to the mound. Matt Geislinger will run about 3/4 of the way over there and underhand toss it to Ashton. A 1-3 on the putout to end the inning, but 2 more strikeouts for Matt Geislinger, and another very effective, efficient 0 on the board. And we are through 7 innings of play here. Watkins with a run each in the first, second, and third is making it hold up. 3-0 lead as we move on into the top of the 8th, and back with that action for you after this.
It started with a simple idea: to break what the game knows, to evolve the standard. It's time to revolutionize defense. Printed in 4D for a breakthrough in technology. Ultra lightweight, resilient, form fit, game ready and pro tested. Designed for a revolution. Engineered for defense. The Rev 1X.
Local sports coverage can be found on NSPN.TV all year long. From the first crack at the bat in August to the final putt in June.
And that is good for the individual championship.
We are there. Subscribe to the Neighborhood Sports Network to watch events both live and on demand, including state tournament coverage in every sport. Email jobs at nspn.tv if you'd like to join our team of broadcasters and camera operators. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Base, light bulbs. I've never heard of it. Where at? It's getting out here a little bit. All right, we are ready to go. Top 8th. Landon Nyman will lead things off here. All Shea Endress can do is keep putting 0s on the board and hope, upon hope, that they can figure out a way to scratch something out against Matt Geislinger. Maybe he'll wear down a little bit. Certainly doesn't appear to be the case, but you never know. Baseball can be a funny game sometimes. 5 hits for both teams on the board. And an 0-2 pitch to Nyman, misses up and away. So 1 ball and 2 strikes now to the number 9 hitter, Landon Nyman. Hagan tries to sneak that one back into the strike zone. That misses away, but the plate umpire isn't buying that product. We go 2-2, and he'll buy that one, though, and rises up and called strike 3. So these pitchers continue to pound the strike zone, and these batters just continue to take a look at called strike 3. Fifth called strike 3 from Shea Endress in 3 1/3 innings of work. Geislinger rolls one over to second. Up with it and understanding. Good speed running down the line. Lerfald comes up and fires a strike over to Hammerback. And 1 pitch and 1 out to Nolan Geislinger. So after walking in his first 2 plate appearances, Geislinger 0 for 3. And Dan Berg was singled in his first at-bat, grounded into a fielder's choice, and then back-to-back strikeouts. We'll step in. 5th plate appearance here for Watkins. They really went through a lot of batters through the first 3 innings of this one. They stranded 7 base runners in the first 3 innings, 8 through the first 4. But since Shea Endress entered the game, just a base runner, a single base runner in each of the 5th, 6th, and 7th innings, and it looks like we should get a 1-2-3 inning here as J.D. Hennon bobbles but recovers in time to throw out Dan Berg, and it's a quick 1-2-3 top half of inning number 8. we will head to inning 9, or the bottom half of inning number 8. Back with the action after this.
From the first crack of the bat in August to the final clay target blast in June, NSPN was there with all of you. Thank you for joining us on a great ride. We were there for the throw.
And he sends it out there, and it continues to fly. A new state record of 2:07.
And the catch.
Fires it back in the end zone. It's caught! Touchdown, Mankato West!
The mat slap.
Leading a bonus, and Clemens has Torkelson on his back! The fall! And Hastings is going to win it!
And the punch out.
Hit for third, and the ball gets away. Churchman trying to score. Throw to the plate. In time, and the game is over.
Drama on the field and the theater as we witness the awards in fine arts and events that are out of this world. And for the first time ever, we finished up on 18 with every golfer at state. Thanks for being here. Let's do it again this year as we help create another 12 months of memories.
Lifts it out into center field. And Kevin Kramer, who has not been very busy out there in center field tonight. In fact, that's his first play. Unlike our last game, where through 6 innings of play, center fielder had 7 putouts. All sorts of balls put out there, but not a ton of balls put in play here by Carlos so far in this one. And Kramer makes good on his first opportunity off the bat of Kerfold. And then Grady Anderson steps in, hit by a pitch, and then back-to-back strikeouts, one looking, one swinging in his last 2 plate appearances. So here in the 8th inning, just the 4th time now through the order for these Carlos Clippers, who do have 5 hits on the board and a strike. There's that inside corner pitch that Matt Geislinger has just made an absolute living on this evening. And that one misses just low. So now a full count. Carlos needs base runners, so Anderson here looking for a base hit or ball 4. And it's strike 3. Anderson didn't really believe that it was a full count, 3-2, even though our umpire emphatically told everybody in the ballpark 3 balls and 2 strikes. Could either say it was a check swing and he went too far, but that certainly would have been a called strike 3 as well. And Devin Swerman, who's the owner of 2 base hits against Geislinger, will step in with 2 away here. Swings and misses, and looks like deciding to go off speed here to Swerman. The first 2 pitches, and that one misses just off the outside corner. Now make it 17 strikeouts in the game, and Devin Swerman may have just summed up Carlos's night with that reaction of the called 3rd strike. Strikeout number 16 on the game for Matt Geislinger. And I will attempt to do my state school math here and figure out how many of them have been of the looking variety. 2 in the first, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, and 2 in the 8th makes 8 called 3rd strikes by Matt Geislinger here in this one. Between the innings, our Minnesota Baseball Association representative was grabbing the t-shirt and the microphone, and I asked him if he needed any help picking the MVP player of the game to this point in the game, and he just kind of chuckled and gave me a wink and said, I think I have an idea to this point. Can't be a whole lot more effective than our starting pitcher for the Watkins Clippers. Matt Geislinger has been 16 strikeouts through 8 innings of work. He was spotted a 3-0 lead through 3 innings and certainly has made that stand up here in this one. 3 more outs to get, and Watkins would like nothing more than to add on to this lead. They'll do it with Kevin Kramer. 2 hits in the game for Kramer. Old chopper. Played at third, and it slips out of the hands of the third baseman. So he went to wind up for a big throw. And the ball just slipped right out of his hands. It's going to be ruled an error. So reaching base for the 3rd time in the game will be Kramer. So Simbura just had that one slip right out of his hands as he tried to make that throw across the diamond. In the second error of the game charged against Carlos as Ashton swings and fouls that one back to the screen. So Moorhead breaks through in the 10th against St. Anthony over in Delano, trying to advance in that Class B tournament. Ashton. High fastball is fouled back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Getting the leadoff runner here, no sign of a bunt coming from Ashton, and they've got him leaning, and they picked him off of first base. So they got Kevin Kramer leaning over there at first base. A good, strong throw from Hendress to Hammerback, who put the tag down. And so picked off is Kramer, and now there's 1 out, nobody on base here. And 2 strikes to count to Ashton, and he puts the foot in the bucket and swings through that one. Ashton was fooled there. So again, Endress continues to deal here in relief for Carlos. He's coming in the 5th inning, giving up just 3 base runners, make it 4. But he picked off Kevin Kramer, so kind of erased that one from the books. Starts off a strike called against Carter Block and then misses outside. Block. Couple of strikeouts looking. I don't like that call either, but again, Carter Block needs to just understand that this has been the strike zone all night. 2 walks. 2 strikeouts in the game for Block, and continues to show frustration here. But again, not like he's had his own different strike zone in this game. This umpire has been very, very consistent tonight. And certainly not afraid to call out on strikes. And yes, Block went too far. It's another strikeout for Endress. Boy, what a job Endress has done since coming in the 5th inning. 9 strikeouts in 4 innings of work. For Shea Endress, certainly can't say that he didn't do the job that they needed Carlos to do coming in relief. But so far, Matt Geislinger has made this 3 runs stand up and then some. He's ready to go here. It's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Hennon, Arungi, and Hammerbeck. Hennon owns one of the 5 base hits in the game for Carlos. 2 errors on the board, both charged against Carlos as well. So when they have put the ball in play, Watkins has been there to make the play and called strike on that inside corner to Hennon. Right back up the middle. Geislinger knocks it down, spins, throws, and it's snared out of the air on a good play over at first base by Ashton. As Matt Geislinger knocked it down, had to retrieve it, and the ball and the base runner were getting there at about the same time. The throw was a little bit to the foul side of the bag, and Ashton had to really concentrate to hold on with J.D. Hennon bearing down on him, but he did just that. And the first out is recorded on a good defensive play by both the pitcher, Matt Geislinger, and the first baseman, Brendan Ashton. Swing and a miss by Runge for the first pitch. Just missed outside, so 1-1 now. Carlos starting to run out of outs here. Off-speed pitch misses outside. Swung on and fouled. Either off the shin guard of the umpire or off the shin guard of the catcher, Landon Hogan. Nonetheless, it's strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now to Caleb Runge. Swung on and missed. Strikeout number 17 on the game for Matt Geislinger. Gets Carlos down to their last out here. As Watkins tries to set up a date next weekend in the second round of this Class C tournament. The Waconia Lakers await as Hammerback now is down to Carlos's last strike here. Last gasp effort. And right at Hammerback goes Nate Geislinger, and why not? Strikeout number 18 on the game for Matt Geislinger. And I don't think that our crowd is going to be overly shocked at who is going to be pulled out of this handshake lineup to be interviewed as the player of the game. Matt Geislinger, 18 strikeouts of the Carlos Cougars, and he pitches his Watkins Clippers into the second round in a date with the Waconia Lakers in this Class C state baseball tournament. 4 games in the books here on this toasty warm Saturday morning, afternoon, and into the evening here in Litchfield. And let's hear what Matt Geislinger has to say about his 18 strikeout performance here at Optimist Park in Litchfield. microphone went out. Matt Geislinger almost struck out the microphone there in the post-game interview. He struck out everyone else. Officially, they say 19 strikeouts, so somewhere along the line I miscounted or shorted Matt Geislinger one. But he doesn't really care about that number. What he cares about is the date that they will play next, and that will be in the second round of this Class C state tournament. It'll be Friday, August the 25th at 7:30 in Dassel against the Waconia Lakers. So 3 early runs. They take advantage of a little bit of wildness from J.D. Hennon, 7 walks through the first 3 innings. They score 3 runs. All they would have needed is 1, because they get an absolute gem from Matt Geislinger. 19 strikeouts of the Carlos Cougars, and the Watkins Clippers move on in this state tournament. Again, fans, remember, if you missed any of the action, the Minnesota State Baseball League will present Amateur Baseball Today on Bally Sports North this Sunday afternoon after the Twins game. Highlights and stories from the first week of the tournament. If you happen to miss that, go to the MBA website starting on Tuesday, and you'll be able to get the full extended version of Amateur Baseball Today. I'm sure part of that highlight package will be the left-hander from Watkins, Matt Geislinger. 19 strikeouts of the Carlos Cougars, and he pitches his Clippers into the second round of the tournament. So once again, exclusive streaming partner of the Minnesota Baseball Association is the Neighborhood Sports Network. Privileged honor to bring you these games, and we couldn't do it without you, the subscribers. So we thank you for subscribing. We thank you for tuning in, and we will talk to you tomorrow here from Litchfield. More games going on over at Dassel, Waconia, and Delano. So enjoy all of this tremendous baseball action as we work our way through the first weekend of action on the 100th annual State Amateur Baseball Tournament here in Minnesota on the Neighborhood Sports Network. Good night, everybody.
NSPN.TV, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2023 Minnesota State Amateur Baseball Tournament, the 100th playing of this great sporting tradition. Coverage is made possible by the Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation, treating addiction, transforming lives. By your local McDonald's owners and operators, offering competitive wages, paid time off, and tuition assistance. And by the Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage.
The boys of summer gonna play today. Sure as the sun will rise again, there's gonna be another baseball game on the diamond.